My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm about to say creator of, but I got to remember. My name is Kenneth Bird, and my company is Crystal Technology Screens, and we are the creator of In Blue. Blue is the new technology that will be coming out and launching very soon. All right, so we're going back, boom, to doing the demonstration on the screen I painted in yesterday live. I painted this actually right on my wall live, showing you, number one, to my customers, how easy it is to apply our application if you're going to paint this onto your wall, how there's no priming and no sanding, just and you're done. All right, so a few things I want to talk about in this demonstration. So apparently, two individuals, and we know who they are, decided to do a smear campaign against my product. This is the effort that people go in to try to discredit my company's name. I'll show you the video. We painted the screen live right on the wall twice. But anyway, they decided to try to discredit my company's name by trying to start a smear campaign, which is kind of messed up. And basically, one person was trying to give out free black paint, saying that this is how his product is designed, or you can make it for free, you don't have to buy it. And the other individual basically was trying to do a comparison on a white screen, saying this is how all black screens react. Now, that is I don't know where they get their logic from, but that's the dumbest thing you can say out of your mouth. That's like me saying that all food tastes the same, all cars drive the same, all people are the same. That's not true. So, I came on here, did a live demonstration, painted my screen in twice to show you that how my technology reacts to white levels and to color and contrast. So, this pretty much debunks the two individuals who spent the time to try to discredit my company's product when I came on here less than 10 minutes and wiped that clean. All that effort you did for nothing. I painted the screen within no time at all. Like I said, I put the link down at the bottom so you can check it out. And keep in mind, when I did the demonstration, after I got done, I did very little contrast levels. I did white snowstorms, I did bright, beautiful colors, skin tones, everything to show exactly how beautiful the white levels are. So, for the individual that's giving out the free paint, you paint that stuff on your screen, and what I saw from that demonstration, that stuff is extremely dirty. It cannot pull a white level for nothing. So, what we're going to do in this demonstration, now that we got the screen painted, it's time for us to do the screen versus other screens, which I like to do, to show how our technology stacks up. Now, I think this individual is very upset due to the fact that we found out something about his product that he tried to keep secret, but it got out there. For the fact that his product was just everyday household paint. And for those of you who don't believe that, well, there's a video that we shot, that we found a video on his site showing you how to make a free screen paint. We were able to match that to it's a personal mix, match that perfectly. And then upstairs, I'm getting ready to work on the attic upstairs, transform that into another room. I was using a form of a dark gray primer for that particular application upstairs and realized that it looked exactly like a UV mix, which that matched perfectly. I will put those two links at the bottom. So, it just goes to show you that, this particular individual all this time that was selling you a product wasn't what it was supposed to be. And all the technical terms he was using behind it to try to advertise his product, it was just everyday paint. Now, like I said, you can watch the demonstration. You can clearly see it's his house. That is Crow in the video, showing you how to make this free paint. And all I did was follow the tutorial and make the paint exactly as he told me to make it. And I just happened to put a personal mix sample sheet and it blended perfectly. So that's what he's pretty much enraged about. But keep in mind, it's your video. You're on it. So you can't get upset for me for doing that. What you should have did, you should have changed your product to something better or deleted the video. That's what you should have did. Now, for the other person who's giving out the free paint, we're not even going to mention your name because keep in mind, he needs me to mention his name so he can get some credibility. Isn't that interesting that the fact that they follow me like that and yet they need me to say their name so they can get credibility, but yet they slander me all the time? I'm not going to say your name. No more. That's the end of it. Bye-bye. So anyway, with that being said, the product that he was supposed to be giving out for free, from what I saw in the video, from when the white levels came up on that screen, was disgusting. It was very dirty. And this is what I'm talking about. When you design a black screen paint, one of the most important things when it comes to a black screen is not the contrast, it is the white levels. Because it's the white levels that allows the screen to bring up those beautiful bright colors, something that you want to see on your home theater setup. Such as, which one we got hooked up here? I think as this. I think we have the, yeah. Make sure I get the right one hooked up. So this is how white levels pop up on my screen. And keep in mind, before I have some people saying, well, I want to see your projector settings. Let me show you how bright. This is a projector that has the capability of pushing the bright level all the way up to 90. This is the settings on my projector. My brightness is up at 10. That's it. 10. That's where my brightness is. And this projector sits in whisper mode. For those who don't know what whisper mode is, Christie's don't have, they don't have an eco. Their eco mode is not like eco mode. It's whisper mode. That's what it's called on Christie's. And this is at 10. Most people who have projectors, they have them somewhere around 50 or 60. That's usually what their bright levels are. Now, if I were to up this by 20, I still would be below everybody else. This commercial. So let's see. We're going to up this by a simple 20. And like I said, we will still be lower than everybody else. So now we're at 20 on my brightness. As I said, most people, when it comes to their projectors, they're somewhere between 40, 50, and up. All right, so let's grab me another demonstration. We're going to be doing some LG food commercials, food demonstrations. Let me plug my phone into the this phone right here for the charge. There we go. Now this is painted directly on my wall. No primer, no sanding, just run right over top of it. Now, as I said before, if you're using an ultra short throw projector, you do want to make sure that your walls are perfectly flat. Ultra short throws, if you have any curves or ripples in your walls, will show up on the ultra short throw. The screen will come up with a bit of a kind of a wave to it. And that just lets you know that your walls aren't perfectly flat when you're using ultra short throws. That's something you might want to check out. Before you paint the wall, you might want to hit the wall first with an ultra short throw to see if your walls are perfectly flat. But when you're using long throw or short throws, that's not something that's going to bother your screen. Hey, how you doing? Now, those you're asking, is the screen paint ultra short throw compatible? Yes, it is. In my office / Japanese tea room, over there, I'm using an ultra short throw 720p, and that's actually running through black technology. There are the white levels. Like I said, when it comes to black technology, it isn't the contrast levels you need to concentrate on. That's automatically going to be given. I'm doing pretty good. You have to concentrate on those white levels. Those white levels are very important. That makes a difference whether or not your screen is going to be able to produce natural colors. Now, as I saw in the demonstration with the particular fellow who was giving away the free paint, his white levels were struggling. Should not have been having that problem when displaying white. I'm going to let this run a bit. Bring this back. How can I help you? If you're asking for any technical questions, my information is right there at the bottom of the description box. My email is right there. You can email me right from there and ask me any questions from there. This is not a Q&A video. So if you want to answer me any questions, I left some detailed information in the bottom of the description box. You can email me from there. Please tell me how to set a projector for 120. What in the world? Seriously? Please tell me how to set a projector under 120 inches. What do you mean how to set a projector under 120 inches? I mean how to build a screen for 120 inches? Go to projectorcentral.com. Go to projectorcentral.com, type in your projector's model number in their search bar, and it will bring you to 2 links, or actually 4 or 5 links. Click the first link or the second link, and that will take you to your projector specifications. In your projector specification, you will see something called a distance calculator. Hit the distance calculator, it will bring you to a virtual room. In that virtual room, you can set up your projector, and when you move it back, it will give you the height and the length of your screen. You can make it 16:9, 235.1, 16:10, there's even 15:9. Have you ever seen that one before? I'll show you that on the projector, the 15:9 setting ratio. And what that does is, when you pull your projector back, go in your room and measure how much feet you have from the distance from where your screen is actually sitting. What you do is you basically, when you pull that projector back, what it's going to do is it's going to give you a virtual screen. It's going to give you the height and it's going to give you the length of the screen. What is he asking? Please tell me my name. Okay, I haven't got time for that. Bye-bye. I warn people about that. You'll get blocked from my channel. I don't play with people like that. If you're going to ask me questions, ask me questions. If you're going to come in here and carry on, I just block you. That's all to it. I ain't got time for it. Simple question. If he's asking me, he said, please tell me my name. Why in the world would I tell you your name? If you're going to ask me a question about how to get I don't even know how people can't figure out how to get a 120-inch screen out of a projector. All you got to do is just pull the projector back. The farther you pull the projector back, it just fits the screen. Then when it fits the screen, you stop right from there. That fits a 120-inch screen. So how would that be a hard thing? I can understand if you were saying something like, okay, I have a 120-inch screen, but maybe you don't have the distance for it. Some people don't have the distance for it. If you don't have the distance and your room is too small to put in a 120-inch screen, then that means you're going to have to go ultra short throw. That's what you're going to have to do. Right, downstairs in my theater room, we don't have a lot of room in it. I don't have an extra 12 and 14, 15, 16, 20 feet in my theater room. It's short in my theater room. But I got a big wall in there. It's not a mix. Again, it's not a mix. It's called a formula. That's what it's called. This stuff takes time to design. It took me 10 years to make this stuff. So it's not something you throw together like a mix. This is a formula. It takes time. It takes dedication. What are you saying? What are you asking? How does this black mix different from gray mix? Have you seen my demonstrations of me blending a black screen into a gray screen? Oh my goodness. I'll show you. I'll show you. You must be new. I'm sorry. I apologize about that. You must be new. You have to be new. No one answers that question unless they're new. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. It's early in the morning, people. I got old clothes on, I got my sleep clothes on. All right, let me see. The question you asked about the difference between the gray screens, right? All right, this right here is Crow's UV Mix, the dark screen paint, right? That he makes. That's what our technology does. See that? Our technology white levels are so high on our black screens that we can blend in the gray screens. That's the difference between our technology. But we can do something they can't do. We can pull contrast. They can't. This is why I keep asking for that star field demonstration that never gets done. I'm going to show you a color pattern too. There you go. We can pull a 100% contrast level. Can you imagine a black screen with the ability to pull 100% contrast level? That can pretty much produce a contrast level that no other screen can produce, but also too can produce a high enough color where we can blend the screen. There you go. That's what makes our technology so different. There you go. I'll show you something else too. This will be a bit of a shocker for you. We're going to pull up a white screensaver. All right. Now, I love doing these demonstrations. These are the fun parts. We're going to pull up an all white screensaver. That is the white levels on our black technology. Now I explained Crow's personal mix. I explained this many times in demonstrations. Just because a screen pulls a high white level doesn't mean that's a good thing. That means that is a bad sign that the screen is going to struggle when it comes to color, because the colors are going to fade out. And this is where they start telling you, oh, but you got to calibrate your projector. You don't have to calibrate your projector because your screen's having a problem reading color. We all know what this is, right? We know this company, right? There we go. Quite familiar with their technology. They make a very dark screen, don't you? You do know when we test our technology, you see all those sample sheets I have over there? I have sample sheets from every company that makes a projection screen. Because when I test my technology, I don't test it against this stuff. I test it against this stuff. These are the screens that actually make me giggle at the end of the day. So let's pull all these up. That's a very high gain screen. We'll go with over here if we have enough sticky tape for this. Okay. See, if I have to test my screen, one thing you can understand, when I test my product out, I have to test my product against everything. And I mean everything. I have to test white levels, I have to test the contrast, everything has to be tested. If you're not doing those demonstrations on your product, and if you've seen my demonstrations, my screens have to pass a final test. The final test for any of that technology that has to pass is they have to be able to do a 13 feet back at 6 o'clock in the afternoon on a 1,000 lumen projector. And you watch my screens do it outside. We test our ambient light projection technology outside. So as you can see, look at the white levels. Now watch this. Let's go pull up the color red. So now we're going to do straight solid colors, because the problem is when you watch demonstrations, they throw all these vivid colors across the screen. You need to see how your projector is seeing color. How does it see red? How does it see blue? How does it see green? This is what you need to see. Oops, I think that which one does not want to stay up there. It's like, no, can't make me stay. I don't want to do this. It's not fair. It is fair. There you go. Look at that. Don't even pull up any color at all. This is why when you put your lights on, these screens automatically fade right from the door. And now, if you had this product right here, or that product or there, and these, you'd be going through calibrating your projector. We're going to have to calibrate it because the colors don't come out right. Oh, no problem, sir. I'm happy to help you out. I'm sorry. If I came off a little edgy, I'm like that all the time. I love my work. I'm very passionate about it. That's all. You know what I mean? What bothers me when I have people that constantly want to come up and try to degrade my work. Let's leave one hit up there because I don't want people to think we're just picking on them, because we get that from time to time. We'll get crow boys that'll get very upset. These crow boys are what we call crow's followers, and they get very upset if we do demonstrations against this product. They get very angry. Very, very angry. What we have here is a Dark Star 9 by Elite Screens. That is a $3,000 projection screen. That is a $5,000 projection screen. That projection screen on the far end will cost you between $1,300 to $1,400. That is a Cinema Grade 5D. And then you have Crow's Personal Mix right here. So now we're doing red levels. Let's come over here and let's go grab some blues. Swap out these blues with some blues in. Because one of the things they don't show you in the demonstration is they don't show you how your screen is supposed to see color. So what they do is they put all these mixtures of colors in there. You really can't see what's what. So what they should be showing you is solid blue, solid green, solid reds. You should see exactly how your projector is, how your screen is perceiving color. That's what you're supposed to be seeing when they do demonstrations. They don't do those demonstrations. They'll put the setting in a dark, high-powered projector, and they'll show you a whole bunch of colors across the screen. So look, it looks amazing. No, you gotta do much more than that. Some of the tests that our technology has to go through, one of them is a distance throw. You know what a distance throw is on our technology? We use a 800 and 900 lumen projector at 20 feet back in a fully lit environment, which means 800 lumens is going to have to travel across a heavily lit environment, make contact with a screen, and that screen is going to take whatever little lumens that are left that projector is able to make it from the screen, regenerate that, and produce a bright enough image for you to see it to come back at you. Those are the kind of tests our screens have to go through. They don't do any of those tests. This is why my screen right now is outperforming these screens with no problem. Let's go over and let's do pull up the let's put a green. I'm gonna do a green. Okay. They don't want to do the test. That's why I explain to people, if you're going to say that you can make our product, then you have to pass all 30 tests that we put our screen paints under. We don't have it over here. And you notice we're doing the entire demonstration with the lights on. Let me put my picture on real quick. That's my other one over there. It's a 135-inch black screen. I was gaming off that last night. There we are. This is how they perceive green. Let's try gray. That should be interesting. With these screens being gray and my screen being black. So let's see what happens. Which one pulls up a better gray? So the problem you have with the big boys, the big companies, when they test their product, they test their products only on white screens. And they do. They bring a white screen out and they do a comparison to a white screen. Anything literally is going to beat a white screen. Anything. You go down and get bare silver screen. You get gray paint. Doesn't make a difference. It's going to beat a white screen. What they should be doing is comparing their technology against other gray screens to see which ones produce a more superior color, which one produces a more superior contrast and white level. That's what they should be doing, but they don't do that. They do it against a white screen, which means anything they throw up there is pretty much going to dominate the screen anyway because it's white. Now, the environments that they put it in, usually they use ambient light controlled environments, which means that environment is set up to make the screen look good, which means they can control where the lighting goes at to make sure none of it makes contact with the screen, but gives the illusion that it is hitting the screen to begin with. How do you call it ambient light rejection when you're in an ambient light controlled environment. That doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever. All right, so, and then one of the demonstrations I saw with the lead screen when they were doing there was some kind of showcase or whatever. They had all their screens in a room, and like a huge lounge in a room. And I noticed when I was watching the demonstration that it was darker in the room than it was in the hallway. Because when the guy was walking through with the cell phone, his camera was extremely bright. When he walked into the room, the camera had problems focusing because there wasn't enough light in the room, which means they had all the screens against every window in that environment. They had screens blocking out the windows, and they had the lamps behind the screens, just enough of it to peek out so it shows us giving off some light, but majority of that light was hitting the back of that screen. And then they had a bunch of high-powered ultra short throws and ultra short throws and short throw projectors in the environment. If you saw that demonstration when they were showing off the screens, and still in that environment, the screens came out too dark. Now, while they're in there doing that nonsense, meanwhile, I'm outside. If you go to my YouTube channel right now and you look at my introduction video, that's me painting a screen outside. We test our ambient light projections outside. All right, so let's leave from there. Now let's go to now if I were to bring up something like Sony has an amazing contrast demonstration in super jet black. So that means if you have a projector that has a 10,000 to 1, 20,000 to 1, 50,000 to 1 contrast ratio, you're not going to use that. You'll never see it. You will never see this on your screen at all, period. Because your screen can't produce a contrast level. What's the difference between, okay, what is the difference? Technology to Crow, I'm showing you right there. That's Crow's screen paint right there. I just showed you. That's the screen paint right there. Boom. That's my screen right there in a fully lit environment on a 135-inch screen. I'm showing you the difference right now. That's Crow's personal mix right there. Now my projector behind me has a 4,000 to 1 contrast, which means I don't have to spend the money for a high-powered projector. My projector behind me cost me $230. I bought it used off eBay. I'll show you something even more impressive. As for ultra short throw compatible, this is my customized Japanese theater room that I designed for myself. I'm still working on it. Work in progress, still going through. This is my ultra short throw setup in here. I got projectors throughout my entire house. Downstairs, I got a 138-inch 235.1 downstairs. My little garden, my little setup in here. I'll come in here, relax. Got my little tea area right there, my little tea room. Football highlights. So if I want, I can come in here and watch the game. If you saw the video earlier, I had those windows open, sunlight pushing through, and I'm in here watching the game. Angle gain. Also short throw compatible. Now, meanwhile, like I said, when they tell you that the screen paints can pull contrast level, that's a lie. And I'll tell you why. Because only time they do contrast demonstrations, they'll be sitting in the dark to do it. That's the only way the screen has a chance to even pull a contrast level. Here, I'll show you. What we'll do is we'll come out of here real quick. And let's pull up one of the demonstrations which I request all the time that no one does. You know what it is? It is the star field. Constantly ask people to do star field demonstrations. If you call your technology being equal to our technology, you should be able to pull a star field demonstration. See how the reds are fading? When I showed you the reds first, see that? There you go. That's what you actually see. That's what your projector is actually seeing. That's why I showed you colors first. So when you see red pop up on the screen, you see the red fade. Now you know why, because the screen can't see red. So there's the star field demonstration right there. Now with the lights out, they'll tell you that, look, see, I'm pulling a contrast level. See, my screen's not even here. It doesn't even exist. So they'll tell you that you're seeing black. You're not seeing black, you're actually seeing gray. That's what you're seeing. That's why they can't do the star field demonstration. They'll never be able to do that demonstration in the fluid environment because the screens will wash out. We have a screen called black silver. Stick around, I'll show you the black silver. Black silver screens are gray and they can pull a contrast level equal to a black screen. And they're gray. I knew that was going. This is what they'll tell you. They'll say, look, with the lights out, no, it's a contrast level, it's a black level. No, it isn't. If it's a true contrast level and the screen has that capability, that screen should look the same way as it does with the lights on and off. The lights on. Our technology still remains black. I can sit here and I can watch Batman at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've done it yesterday. Watch Batman at 12 o'clock in the afternoon while there's light in my back in my environment. Okie dokie. Oakley dokley. Let's see. This back instead it doesn't want to do. I'm gonna go back and rewind the video. I'm about to get some more tape for this. Just wanted to say. Go back and rewind a little bit more because I was standing right there in front of the shot. There we go. That's why it baffles me. Why do they do OLED demonstrations on the screens? You can't pull a black level. Do you know when you do OLED demonstrations, these demonstrations are designed for those screens, TV screens. They're designed to show you off heavy black contrast levels. Why are you showing that off on a gray screen? If it doesn't have the capability to pull that contrast level, you shouldn't be displaying it. Remember I showed you the colors fading? There you go. So now you can see what you actually are supposed to be seeing. The 12s, when we design them, is the only screen out of any of the technology we have that can produce a 100% contrast level. It is black. But also too, it can produce a high enough white level where the images don't come up dirty. See how their colors fade and wash out? A minute, let me pause this for a minute. Now keep in mind that the technology we make here when it comes to screen paint is not going to be able to produce a white level as high as a white screen or as high as a gray screen, but the white levels are going to be high enough where the picture quality is not going to deteriorate where you can't see the image. And that's the picture that's Crow and his other people are trying to paint, that, oh yeah, with black screens, the problem you're going to have here is that the image is going to be so dark you can't recognize the screen. If you can't see the screen from here, you should not be driving. Literally should not be driving. But what they will never show you, they will never show you contrast levels on their screens versus another dark screen. I have no problem showing you white levels and color and everything else. Quick. Right now, we're having a Christmas sale on our website right now. So the paint has been reduced on our website. Also, too, with 1 quart and 2 quart kits, comes with a free blackout cloth surface that is 6 feet by 10 feet. We have that going on right now. So I don't know roughly how much it is, but I know it's pretty affordable. And keep in mind, consider the fact that it's beating the $3,000 projection screen right there I always think that bottom line is, I think, what we got going? I think 2 quarts or 1 quart. I think 1 quart something like $140, something like that, around that price. And for those people going to say, oh, but that's way too expensive. Well, guess what? That's a $3,000 Dark Star 9 right in the middle of that screen. For 100-inch, that screen will cost you $3,000. This screen paints up to 126 inches. And it's ultra short throw compatible. Can be used in fully lit environments. Can be used outside. It's weatherproof. So we're going to have that sale. If you check, my friend, at the bottom of the description, you will see our information there. I did put down my web address. Go there, check it out. Go to Marketplace, buy here. We have it there with free shipping. Keep in mind, if you do live overseas, I do apologize. We cannot ship overseas due to the fact that we have restrictions due to COVID. You can have it shipped to somebody within the United States. We can customize a shipping label for you, and they can ship it off to you. We've done that quite a few times with a few customers overseas. I'm going to be doing some testing probably around March to see exactly what countries we can start shipping to. Yeah, UK, that was one of our favorite countries right there. We ship to UK constantly all the time. As a matter of fact, I might be running a test today to see if we can actually place orders to UK to see if they did lift some of the bans. Just to see. But like I said, let me find out first. I got to go and check the account. I got a friend that lives over in the UK, and maybe I can just send him, maybe I can just send, he can place an order through my account, and we can see if it goes through. So he's going to do a test for me today. If it goes through, we'll make the announcement that we'll start shipping to the UK. Mind you, when we ship overseas, it is always free. We never charge for overseas shipping, because we have that new blue technology, and I really want to see that overseas. That's my alarm going off. Perfect. That's definitely perfect. Thank you. And also too, let me show you really quick. I will show you my projector settings. Now my projector I'm using back here is a Chrissy projector. These are all Chrissy's. I'm a huge fan of Chrissy projectors. So that's a Chrissy projector right there. Chrissy projectors are high-end venue projectors. They call them top-tier projectors. These projectors can cost you $20, $30, $40, maybe $60, $100,000 for these projectors. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but great for me, I didn't pay that kind of money for them. I got mine used off eBay, and I paid $560 for that one. I paid $230 for that one, and I paid $140 for that one. That's it. Because the way this technology is designed, I don't have to have an expensive projector. I can run 720p. The screen in the back that I was showing you on the ultra short throw, that's a 720p projector that I paid $150 for off eBay. We're just going random through. Now, I'm over here. That's on this screen. And this is just painted directly onto the wall. It's one coat application. All you need is a 9-inch nap roll and you're done. That's it. Kind of like the equivalent of painting an OLED on your wall. That's what it feels like. Oh well, hold on, I'll put them back up. Let's pause this. It's on the screen. Now, anytime you see black or any bright colors come up, you see the screens automatically go gray. When they go gray, that means there's a contrast on the screen that the screen's picking up that it can't see. That's why it's gray. It's supposed to be black. Color's supposed to pop right along with it. They're going to show you a demonstration. They're going to do it with the lights out. With the lights out, that's why when you watch the majority of those demonstrations with those screen paints, the lights are always out. And if my screen is not there, then all you're seeing is perfect contrast levels and beautiful bright colors. If my screen is there, then what you're going to see is you're going to watch the colors fade out. You're going to watch the contrast levels turn gray. Yeah, you kind of got to rewind it back. I am going to post a link where I painted this screen. Sorry about that, people. The whole purpose of having ambient light projection technology is so you can use it with the lights on and your screen doesn't wash that on you. Mind you, for those of you who are going to be using ultra short throw projectors, and I have 4 of those running through my house right now, people get ultra short throw projectors because they want a kind of like a giant TV kind of setting out of a projection screen. So you're going to have this in your living room. And if you're going to have this in your living room and you got to turn out your lights, you got to close your curtains and all that other nonsense because your images are washing out because you have too much light in the environment, then pretty much you just turned your living room into a theater room. That's a black screen at 135 inches. If it didn't have the capabilities for white level, then you wouldn't be able to see bright images. The beautiful looks. Watch this screens fade out the color while my 135-inch takes in a ton of ambient light and still produces an image all the way across without even fading. Corner to corner. This is how you're supposed to develop screen paint. And I painted this on a screen that I paid $180 for. I bought a cheap fixed frame screen, did a paint on demonstration right here live, and I dried the screen and did the demonstration. Look how this looks with the lights out. Screen is not supposed to change because you turn your lights on. See? You would need 2 quarts. No, you need 1 quart. You need 1 quart to do 100 inch screen. So 120 inch screen, 1 quart will paint a 120 inch screen. You see, no matter how much its color changes, they always remain the same. Remain the same. They remain the same. They can't change the color. So how do you have a screen that's black that you would think a gray screen would produce much better color? Some people think that's why I like to show up the white levels first. Because I show the white levels off. The first thing, you're welcome, you're welcome. The first thing when I show the white levels first, because people look at the screen and go, oh yeah, it's definitely going to be to produce brighter reds and blues and greens. I'm like, no, just because you see a screen producing a high white level, that's not a good sign. That means there's not enough contrast in the screen, which means if it's being hit with any form of colors or any form of contrast, the screen automatically is going to fade and wash out. And that's why it's having a hard time picking up the color. The black screen is picking up all the beautiful colors with no problem. Bright, vivid colors. You don't have to calibrate projectors with this kind of technology. We can't ship overseas. I told you that. And to get that ban, when we try to ship, what happens is automatically we get an error code that pops up that does not allow us to ship overseas. We can't do it. And that basically hurts our profit too, because we have a lot of customers in the UK we do business with. I got a contract in the UK. We make an invisible screen paint that you coat on glass and they can advertise off the glass. Well, we used to sell a lot of that over there. But unfortunately, you know, they just started putting in these restrictions, and the restrictions started, we just noticed that we had orders that were coming overseas that were being blocked. So there's nothing we can really do about it. All right, I'm going to show you something real quick. We're going to take these off. And we're going to go to Beautiful Women 4K. You do have an option. One of the options is if you have somebody, hold on a minute. If you have somebody that is in the United States, we can ship it to them easily. What they'll do is they'll basically ask you where you want it shipped to. You send me the information, and then what they'll do is they'll send you another email confirming, saying, is it okay? We got your permission to send it to this address. Once you give us that approval, they'll go into PayPal and they will customize the label to be shipped to that address within the United States for free. Then that person can ship it to you. It's not the shipping part, I tell people, it's the currency part that they're blocking. So let me change this. I don't want anybody having any seizures on this one. So now we took everything off. We're just going to display our technology, and we're going to do natural skin tones. Because like I said, it's in the description of the technology. When we advertise on the website under specifications, it will say that the white levels will be a tad low, but nothing that will disrupt your picture quality. And you can judge for yourself whether if the image is too dark that you can't see the screen at all. Matter of fact, I'll get you a little closer. And this is what I'm talking about by two individuals. I'm not going to mention the other person's name because he needs me to mention his name for him to get some kind of credibility. Then we can't ship it, buddy. We can't ship it. Like I said, there's no way to get around that. But like I said, two people tried to do a smear campaign about my product by saying it was so dark you couldn't see it. Or the funnier part, that another person tried to give out free black screen paint and trying to say that, oh, it's the same as his. Then gave it to the other fellow, and the other fellow was like, look, this is how it looks. This is what you're really getting when it comes to black screen paint. Again, I'm not y'all. Y'all don't do my tests. Y'all don't have my dedication. Y'all don't do my hard work. Y'all don't have my faith. So you can't compare and say my product is the same because you mixed up some junk in your basement and said this is how all black screens are supposed to react. That's like me driving a car and saying, oh, all cars are the same. We all know that's not the same. You got high performance cars, you got mid cars, low grade cars, you got muscle cars. All different cars drive differently. You can't say that they're all the same. And that's what they tried to push. So when you got people who spend that much time doing negative stuff like that, these are people I would not even trust with my credit card information. Right from the door. And when it takes only me, I can come on here less than a half an hour, do a demonstration, paint a screen, and blow your theory clean out of the water. That's negative energy you could have put into basically into your product or making it better. Yeah, two individuals are interesting. They're really, really interesting. They spend most of their time trying to take down my product. It kind of feels like the Wild E. Coyote. I feel like the Roadrunner most of the time. You know what I mean? They're constantly just thinking of new plans to try to debunk or my product. I had a bunch of favorite theories. One of the theories was that I was enhancing my cell phone capabilities to be able to make the image brighter. So I recorded myself recording myself live. Yeah, that theory got thrown out the window. The other one was the black screens weren't actually black, they were gray. They really got to think before they talk. We have a screen called the Platinum Eclipse. That screen literally is the darkest gray screen we ever developed. It is so dark. Next to a black screen, they look black. But when you put them against another screen, they turn gray. So basically, we did that demonstration. It debunked the theory that the screen was actually gray. It was actually a physical black screen. What were the other ones? There was a whole bunch of other theories they had, but it was just downright stupid. In March of 2021, yeah, that may be happening. It depends on when we test the shopping carts if it goes through. That's what it depends on. It's all up to the PayPal when they release it. You know what I mean? It's all up to them. And I'll be happy, kind of happy and a little bit scared because I'll tell you why. We got a lot of overseas customers. And you imagine we put out the announcement that this product is going to be now available back overseas. Yeah, it's going to be a freaking monster. It's going to be a bit of a... We'll get, like I said, when I went through the whole COVID-19, everybody was ordering screens. Just still ordering screens because the majority of people are inside. So everybody's at home now. You know what I mean? Especially in the wintertime. These are heavier seasons. Man, we got hit with so many orders. It was insane. So I couldn't imagine when we start processing orders again overseas. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, like I said, give it some time. Like I said, we'll keep checking back with PayPal. I want to see what they can do with basically, if we can get an order to go through. If my friend, he lives in the UK, he sends me an order through and it goes through, we'll make the announcement today. And we'll start processing orders through the UK. But let me run that test today and see what happens. Because I want to get this out before we launch Blue. And Blue is that crazy screen we got that can color code, can recolor, even though the screen is blue. Let me show something from here. To show you how high the white levels are on this technology. Actually, like I said, even though the white levels aren't going to be as high as the white screen, the white levels are extremely good for this technology. I love doing this demonstration right here because the white levels are so beautiful. Yes, send me an email. Matter of fact, send me an email and I'll put you on file because we're going to have a special file. Anyone overseas, you're interested in the screen paint, send your email information. That's basically about it. You have to put addresses in, just name and email address, basically about it. And we'll put you on file. So that way, when we get this thing, when they give us the okay, we can just start sending out multiple email. And really just send multiple emails. So we can basically tell you that we have access now overseas again and we can start shipping out again. No problem, no problem. You have a good day, my friend. Or, I don't know what time is it. To tell you the truth, I was supposed to go to UK this year. I had plans to go to UK. I, my friend, am a huge tea drinker. And I mean very big tea drinker. I love freaking tea. You have no idea. For my birthday, I ask people, buy me tea. That's all I want. And I know you guys have some of the best. I'm going to India. I'm going to Japan. All the places I'm going that has tea. I want to see the best tea parlors. And even, and it doesn't have to be the fancy ones. Sometimes people understand. Sometimes some mom and pops that they have and those particular areas have the best food, the best everything. Like for me, if I go to the game, I can afford skybox seats. I don't do skybox seats. I like to be down there with the crowd, with the people jumping around, cheering, and having fun. That's what I like to be at. I like to be with the crowd. So usually if I travel, I don't go, I like the nice restaurants and stuff, but I like to go to the mom and pops, where the people go. The everyday Joes, that's where I want to be at. That's where the good food's at. People want to go to these fancy restaurants. I don't want to go there. I want to go where the mom and pop, the home cooked food, the food that's made by the heart. That's where I go. That's what I support. That's what you call the best secrets. You find that nice little restaurant, you know what I mean, that a lot of people will bypass. That's the restaurant I go and eat. Let's turn you back to back. With technology on display. Showing the white levels on the black technology. So if you're curious, if you go to the website, there is a detailed specification on the technology. It explains everything that you can paint it on. Pretty much you can paint this stuff on everything. I mean, anything you can possibly think of. You need motorized projection screens too. I actually have a motorized projection screen, which I should set up. Do I have a place to put a motorized projection screen here? Oh. Ooh, idea just popped into my head. You know, I can remove the fixed frame screen because I really don't need it here. And I can put in a giant motorized projection screen coated with black technology. Maybe a screen, that'd be cool with LED lights on it. That'd be awesome. I think I'm gonna do that. I gotta measure this wall out, see how big a screen you can put in. I'm gonna show you up close. See how beautiful the white levels are. And that's why I said in order to develop a black screen, you have to be able to develop those white levels. Those white levels are very important because without that, you can't get the bright colors. You can't get white levels, it's not gonna pop up. So we're gonna have our sale is going to end on the 26th of December. It's gonna be a pretty long sale. And it does come with a free blackout false surface. So for those of you who can't paint on your walls, or maybe you don't want to paint on your walls, comes with a 6x10 surface for free. There's snow scenery. Thought I'd throw that in there too. And if you notice the demos that I'm pulling up, I'm not pulling up straight contrast all the time. I'm pulling up bright, beautiful white images. That's what I'm pulling up. All demonstrations that are going to display white levels. Because like I said, there's no point in me showing you contrast. The screen's black. So I have to show you what the screen's not supposed to be able to do. All right, this is my personal favorite. So I'm going to show you contrast levels in white at the same time. Keep in mind, the screen is 100% contrast level because it's jet black. It also has to pull a white level at the same time. Now, before the video ends, I'll show you the rest of the monsters that we have downstairs. I'm working on a tabletop projection screen. I don't know what kind of tech. I'm going to use probably invisible technology for that one. It's black. It's invisible. It's some pretty stuff. We'll do some demonstrations on that later on. And in the summertime, we got some interesting demonstrations. I have a 10,000 lumen Christie coming through. That's going to be to produce a 2,000 inch screen, which I'm not going to need a screen that big. I'm building a 500 inch screen in my backyard. That's what I'm working on. That's for outside. I already have a 135 inch black screen. Just like this, I got a screen that big that sits on my deck outside. No problem, Chief. You take care. You be safe. Yeah, but I'm planning to go to... Did they get this? Because I know already UK is already getting vaccines for it. That's fantastic. Man, we get this thing straightened out, man. I'm telling you, I told people, I'm taking a year off from my company, and I'm going to go see the world. Because I kept putting it off and kept putting it off. I was do this a long time ago. But it just gives you something to think about. It really does. Give you a chance to appreciate things that get taken away from you. But I'm going to go out and see the world. I'm going to come back for the gray, not going to trim, cut, nothing. Just going to grow my hair out and just go see the world. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to the UK. As a matter of fact, I got plans to get some custom-made suits. I love freaking derbies. Get some custom-made suits over there. But yeah, I'm going to go travel through the world. I'm going to go to Barbados so bad. I just want to go out there and just watch the blue water and white sand and just stare off into nothing. That's what I want to do. See? White levels and black levels at the same time. Like I said, white levels are not going to be as high as the white screen, but it's not something that's going to like so dark you can't see the image. Now let's do a dark scene with some. I like to do the OLED demonstrations. If I put a black plexiglass frame around this, you wouldn't be able to tell the TV. Let me go back a little bit on that one. Real quick. This is my projected settings. So now we're at 20. You can see how low my settings are. My color is at 1. That's it. 1. My brightness on my projector had it at -20 and I brought it up, so it makes it bring it to 20. Most people brightness levels are way beyond 20. And my color is only at 1. These screens generate a ton of beautiful colors.
Frank's very hard is culturally hard, like me. But that's strong everything.
Commercials hilarious. See how deep the blues go. Now, can you imagine this screen like that on your wall? Go all the way up to 300-inch screens. This is off a $230 projector, used, discontinued. I bought it off eBay. I think they stopped making them in 2012, so that's how old my projector is. Hey, Chief, what's up? What's going on? You know me, I'm always Usually I'm up at like 4 o'clock in the mornings when I get up. That's one of my buddies right there. That's actually one of my oldest customers. They're actually really good friends. I told people that I'm good friends with a lot of my customers. Like I'm really close to them. This is one of my longtime friends. He's actually one of the ones that bought one of my first screen paints that came out. Nah, right between the mid one. He still has it too. Yeah, up in the morning, work as usual. You know, I love what I do. I wouldn't be up this early. I think the only person I think that gets up out of the morning without bending his knees, like it's Christmas every morning for me. I love this work. Yeah, the 12, yeah, they try to beat down my screen. They try to basically make my screen look like it was trash. You know who they are. This is one of my friends that knows the constant nonsense that I go through from particular individuals that basically try to slander my technology because they just don't like it. They say that constantly all the time, do all kinds of slander campaigns against my work. They say that it's trash, it doesn't work, it's too dark. And this is one of my customers who actually owns my product. And this is what you have to do. It's business. You have to understand, in business, you're going to have people that are just not going to like what you do. That's all to it. And they're going to try to destroy your company. That's what they want to do. But in the end, I always prevail. I'm a Christian, strong believer of God, and I tell people, look, I haven't met a man yet that could go through God. I've never seen one. All my knowledge and all my technology comes from my Lord and Savior, whether people want to believe it or not. Didn't go to school for chemistry, not a master chemist. Nope. This is something that was given to me, a blessing. Man, I have no freaking walls in this place. I mean, no solid walls, because every wall in my house, if you see my house, there is windows literally throughout my entire house. Yeah, if I would, I put the black screen on the big boy. The 180 inch, I'd put a black screen on that one. That's what I'm building for the backyard. I'm putting a 500-inch black screen in my backyard. That thing is going to be humongous. And I'm going to be using some 3D mapping software to throw dragons off of it. I want to do that whole Oz, the whole Wizard of Oz, when the face comes up. I am Oz. I might 3D map the house. Thinking about it. Or projector map the house. Those are on real quick. Let's do a movie.
Hey! Yeah! I switched it. Gotta go. I got more. Got you covered. What, I got a blanket?
Man, that's like the National Lampoon Vacation. No, the National Lampoon Christmas. You turn them lights on, that freaking meter just spun out of control. Let me show you something. Screens have a 180 viewing angle. 190 degree viewing angle, which means I can stand right here on the side of my screen and I can still see it. Yeah, I'm about to throw that on there in a few minutes. I just want to do a couple of movie demonstrations. A lot of people are using the screen paint for ultra short those setups. And I keep telling people, if you're using it for ultra short those setup, why does your living room look like a cave? Oh, because if I turn on the lights in the windows, this image is fade. You shouldn't have to go to that.
Wawa Coffee is free on Tuesdays for Wawa Rewards members. Happy holidays from Wawa.
Put your close so you can see how bright the colors are on a black screen. I like to walk from the projector just to show you how black that screen is. Let's get another real dark demonstration that most people got to use the lights out. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. There we go. Yeah, real quick. The projector I have behind me is a Christie's 4300 lumens, 1920 by 1200 WXGA, top tier projector. These projectors came out there around $20,000. If you had Crow's UV personal mix, that's the image you would have been pulling up on a screen. Which means you would have had to be in the dark in order to pull up somewhat of a decent contrast level. And the white contrast levels would still fail. Can't watch this with the lights on. The screen would automatically not pick up because this cannot pick up contrast. Or I can sit here and I can watch Batman with all my lights on. I've also done this demonstration outside too on a 1,000 lumen projector. Look at the glass, the reflection of the glass when it's coming under the lights. Look at all that. And look how sloppy it's painted on the wall. It's done. I want to go ham on this paint. Dark Star 9 by Elite Screens. $3,000 projection screen. That is a $3,000 projection screen. For 100-inch would cost you $3,000. For a 100-inch or 120-inch of this technology to paint this on your wall, or just about anything you can possibly think of, would cost you around somewhere about 140 bucks. And that one has a 0.9 gain. I'm definitely going to get an email for that one. But like I said, it's not slander, it's just showing the truth, what it looks like side by side. Anywhere I go in this environment, I'm supposed to be able to see that screen. Sorry about my projector lamp over there blinding you. That's the other black screen right there. See if we get a fight scene going. I don't want to be going too long in this. Reason why is because the longer I sit right there, I do a video in short spurts, it's less of a chance of me getting hit with the copyright. If you do them in short spurts, if you're showing the whole length of it, you can get hit. So I got to hit an action scene real quick. And they're just doing too much talking. See how deep the contrast levels are? And anytime you see black come off on a black screen, you're seeing 100% contrast pull off on your screen, which means you don't have to have a projector that has a 10,000 to 1, 20,000, 1,001 contrast rating. My projector behind me only has 4,000 to 1, that's it. And I can pull contrast level off better than a projector with 1,000,000 to 1 on a gray screen any day. All right, so let's go take a walk. It's time for me to fire my projectors up. So in the morning when I get up, the first thing I like to do is like to fire up my projectors. We already got one going off in here. This is my, so each one of my rooms has a bit of a theme to it. This right here, I call this my Japanese tea room. Actually, it's my office too. I like good and plenty. I like to eat candy, so those of you don't know that already. And this is a little room I set up in here with my projector, which I have, my screen over here is all black. This is my portrait mode screen. Now, as I said before, in order for my technology to work, you know, if I'm doing my office work on my computer, I'm going to have to be able to see the text, which means the background of that screen is going to show up a bright white. This is where I work at and sleep at. This is my little area right here. That's my little tea section right here. I'll show you how the projector's warming up. So there's my teas. I converted my closet, pulled the doors of it off. Actually did a makeover on this whole entire room. So I pulled the doors off. The paint is called Showstopper, but I used some black paint mixed in with it to give it that nice deep dark red because it was just too bright. There's my little tea kettle and my teas right there, my sugar at the bottom. And then I wanted a desk that was going to be traditional because my friend, he's over in Japan, and their desks are real short to the ground, which I like because you can kneel on them. And I got that set up there. Hold on a minute. Let me get this real quick. because we got some interesting stuff going on around the house right now. And right here, this is me watching the game using a 720p ultra short throw projector that I got off of Amazon. No, I got off of eBay for $150. That's what I paid for it. Righty. So like I said, the only TV I have in my house, the only TV I have here in the house are the ones displaying security monitors. Like those right there, that displays a security monitor, but all portrait mode set up right there for my office, right there for me to work. And then I guess this is a Chrissy right here on its side right here. I tell you, if you're going to dedicate yourself to portrait mode, spend a week doing it first before you do it, because the pages get a little complicated. So crazy with that. All right, so let's come through here. Woo! Let's come in here. This is the arcade room. And here, I like this room. I don't get a chance to play in here much, but this is blue technology. That's a blue projection screen we designed. That's blue. That's what's coming out pretty soon. This is my setup in here. Got my little nice computer set up over here and keyboard and mouse and so forth. And I'll show you. We'll set this up while this is firing up real quick. So this is what I do every morning. I come in and I click all my projectors on. Just fire them up. This is 720p too also. Both projectors in the other room were 720p's. I cannot wait until they get all the bugs out of the systems for the console systems, because like I said, I will be buying one, but right now, I might wait until summer of 2021. Hopefully they bring out another version of, they always do that when it comes to consoles. They always bring out another version. And the other version has all the good stuff on it. Like last time they had the projector that came, they had the PS4 or whatever, they came with the 500 gig hard drive, and later on they came with the 1 terabyte. So let me get this. Adjust here. Now I do a lot of old school gaming on this screen right here. This is what this screen is designed for. This is for old school gaming, side scroll games, stuff like that. Pac-Man, Defender, Centipede. This is what this screen is set up for in here. I might do some gaming on here later on today. I had the day off, so I got some time to go play with my toys, which I never get a chance to do. Passcode here. There we go. There's my gaming screen. Take my lights out. Update privacy. So I'm gonna set me up a game ahead of time because I'm coming back up ready to do some gaming. I played on the other screen last night. I didn't get a chance to play on this one. There's Steam activating. I swear Steam's logo sounds a lot like Dreamcast. It really does. For some reason, I don't know why, it keeps putting me into big picture mode, which I keep requesting not to do this. Not to put me in big picture mode, but it keeps putting me back in there. So now we're going to fill out the whole screen, bring this over, fill this up. There we are, and I'm going to be playing this today. This is one of my favorite games to play. Oh, this game is so much fun. I bought this game right around when they had the Black Friday sale. I paid $2 for it. That's it, $2 for it. That was it. I wonder if my sound's up on here. No, my sound's down. You want to see a little game real quick? I'll play just a little bit of it. Why am I still one trace of red? Hold on for a minute. I should be getting more colors than this. murdered. I have a certain setting to have my lights on. There we go. So what the heck is on my lights? This is why I designed the screen in portrait mode. So I can have that arcade kind of upward, vertical scroll or horizontal. Stop, because I'll be on this all day. I swear, I'll be on it all day. I'll never get nothing done. So maybe you build stuff and you never get a chance to. I get a chance to enjoy it when I get some time, but yeah. So it's a little setup I built in here. Didn't cost me much to put the whole thing together. I got all my old retro games in there, my Nintendo and original Xbox and Dreamcast and stuff like that, all stuff in here. But yeah, that's my little setup in there. I had to remove the doors off. Those you don't know, I took the doors off so I can get that kind of, I don't want something like a door swinging back and forth. And this is going to be a snack room right here. I got to get started with this. So what I'm doing is I go to Amazon Pantry and I just dropped 50 bucks. And I'm going to get this thing filled all the way up with food. Junk food. Or what I should do is, you know what I should do? I should just take the whole freaking door off and put a display, make it a display with all kinds of candies and treats. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm taking that door off. Let like the whole inside of that for consequence. Yeah, my staircase has LED lights on it. This right here is blue technology, which we use down here. This is all blue. That is a technology we're going to be launching pretty soon. That is an ultra short throw projector right there that I paid around. No, this is the cheap one. This is the one I got for. I paid 40. What was on the whole time? Shoot, that's what I'm talking about. The freaking those when you're using the fire sticks, man, go into a standby mode, and they go into a standby mode, and your projector's on. Your projector will not automatically shut off; it will stay running. What was I playing on here? Let me see. 4K Fish, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Or we can do birds. Bird's a bird.
At T-Mobile, we believe you should get more. That's why we are this Sprint. Now it's about to get even better.
So that's the blue technology. And then over here we have my 135 inch 235 135 235 inch 2.35.1. Oh, good gracious. Let me put this one back. Did I reprogram this thing? I reprogrammed the other one. Where is the fire stick for this one? So everything in here runs off fire sticks. Interesting. The venue projectors do not take that long to power up, but these take a while to power up. Let me see if I put my phone down for this. Where's my phone at? 4K Fish, YouTube. There you go. That's say 235.1 right there. Boom. Oh yeah, all my screens are ultra. I use that technology, the ambient light projection technology we developed. All this technology uses it. So 235.1, 138 inches at 235.1, and that's what I'm there. Now let me grab my phone. We're going to the kitchen. Oh shit, I forgot to put the remote control back. I gotta remind myself to put these remote controls back because when I don't do it, what happens is all those remote controls. I got a projector screen in my kitchen. Here we're gonna be making crow screen paint. For those of you who want to get upset about that, no. Office tutorial. He has a video he used to have up, but he deleted it, and in that video he shows you how to make your screen paint. We found it. I'm gonna make some more of it. And this is the one in my kitchen. And then for fun, for kicks and giggles, this is my other one. This is the one I have for fun. This is the tabletop projection screen I'm working on right now. Let me see some cartoons. Let's do some cartoons. Do some cartoons on that one. Oh, this one's not plugged in. Let me see. Right now I'm doing a tabletop projection screen. I'm working on that with these blueprints right here. Quick. So that's the kitchen projection screen. And that right there is the tabletop projection screen. I told you to build me a tabletop projection screen right there. In the process of building it. So what I'm doing is I have to order desks and everything's set up right there. Get that done. Let's do 3D fish. 3D fish screensaver.
Now that we've helped people customize and save with Liberty Mutual, we can finally do some beach reading.
No, that's not what I wanted. 3D fish pond screensaver. Here we go. Let me bring this back over here because Wi-Fi does not work well in that section and don't know why, but it doesn't. Now these particular projectors right here, I got them for $150 each. Actually, one I paid $50 for, but the rest of them I got them for $150 each. The stand cost me $100. They were amazing with their screen paint, and like I said, $150 for an ultra short throw. I wonder how long that would run because I'm going to keep that running all day. So we got screen here, a screen over here, and then coming into here, I have my, again, 138-inch 235.1 in a fully lit environment. That's black technology too. And over here, that's blue. Told you. I tell you I can walk through my entire house. Now that right there is the dark gray screen paint we developed. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Now, you see my screen is black, right? This is a black screen. Watch this. They can blend in the screens. That's how high the white level technology is on our black screens. I can take a gray screen and lay it against a black screen and it'll blend right in with no problem. So when people do smear campaigns by saying, oh, his paint's so dark that the images don't show up. Yeah, this is a gray screen versus a black screen. This is our own technology. There you go. All right, with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I have much work to do today. Oh, I forgot I got the day off. Yes, I get to play with this today. I get to play with my scanner, my 3D scanner. This is my all 3D light scanner. Oh, I get to play with this baby today. Let me see. Going up and going on this. Power my baby up. I get to play with that today. I get to play around with the scanner. No idea what I'm going to be scanning today. Scanning something pretty cool. I like the fact I can have all my lights on and I can use my screens. All right, well, I got to go. Like I said, the sale's going to end on the 26th of December. Thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless.